Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. OMG, what is this? Why is that a shirt? Oh no, this is the wrong address. I was already surprised when my parts came in today. I guess I gotta go be Santa right now. They didn't even look at the door, bro. That's crazy. I'm just gonna leave it here. Man, that is so strange. I never realized that we were on different streets. My next door neighbor and I'm in the cul-de-sac here, and I guess I start the other street, and they are the end of the connected street. I never ever knew that. I swore I was gonna have to walk all the way down there somewhere to find to find his house. So and then I didn't even recognize the name at first, and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's my neighbor. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Vlogmas episode. I have gotten some rest after an amazing evening filled with having cigars and conversation, and turned into a lot of connections happening. And that's what typically happens when you go to a cigar lounge. The caliber of people that you tend to meet are just great people, period, from all walks of life, doing so many different things. And if they're a fellow, military veteran, that helps too. Today I actually got in my Christmas present. My Christmas present for the M3. Let's rip that wrapping paper ribbon right off. Make sure everything is good. If there's one thing I have learned, don't wait until you're getting ready to do the job to double check. Make sure everything is good. You probably don't do that. Looks like we've got the dust shields. We've got 2 of those. And we've got the supporting brackets. This is where all the little bits and pieces for the brake, the parking brake fits to. So that's both left and right side. You should have, actually these work the same on both sides. And then these are different part numbers because they're 2 different sides. So we do have one ending in 4, one ending in 3. And of course I will double check numbers to make sure they are the right numbers. And here's one of the brake lines. Okay, that is much longer than I thought. So we'll see how far up the chassis that goes. So a TRW part, and another TRW part. Again, same part numbers. And now we get into what looks like all of the bolts, and I forget what this thing is called, but all of the different things that I showed you before that was on the list for the kit. So we should have 2 of each of these different parts, and maybe some of them 4, depending on what it is. And there we go. Yep, 4. There's 2 more of those, so 4, and then 2 of those. 2 of those, yes. And then we got springs. That is a spring kit that puts the tension on the parking brake. Some couple of little dowels here. And I forget what this is. I think this is for, I think that's part of the locking mechanism for the actual cables. And I think these for the cables too. Which one? I think these, yeah, I think those are for the cables. Came with springs. Huh, interesting. I will just have to, wow, 2, 2, 4 of those, and then 4 of these. Do we get the same in here? Yep, we got 4 of the little springs, 2 of the skinny springs, 2 of the bigger springs, and then the 4 guys here. Wow, I am appalled. So, not sure how that works, but it just looks like I could have just gone without the hoses, excuse me, the cables, and just pieced out this, but I don't know if they had listed that would have been in the kit. Brake shoe set, fits these cars, lifetime replacement, product details, but it just says includes 4 shoes total, allowing both sides to be serviced with 1 kit. But it doesn't say it has the springs. That is a little misleading, especially brake shoe set, parking brake kit. But even this doesn't say the springs are in, but surely enough people have bought these to confirm that they come with springs. I guess I'll have to be the one to let them know that, hey, it does come with springs. So why am I spending an extra? Let's see, what brand is this? Is this Limforder? No, this is ATE. ATE is $14.24. So you're spending an extra plus tax, 15, 16 bucks on springs. Because you have to remember that's factored into the set. That's factored into this whole kit. So that's an extra 15 bucks, 16 bucks they're getting for something that's not needed. So, all right, ECS Tuning, I'm just letting you know that, hey, this comes in the kit. I don't know if this is something new that has been started or that is something old and no one just has let you know, but just letting you know it's already there. Well, now that is out of the way, I guess I can get into content creation. I am shocked. I'm shocked to know that a lot of people that I talk to do not know what CapCut is. And it's one of the many apps that are out there that are available on your phone, and they even now have, at least within the last few months, now have a desktop version. And let me tell you, if you're looking for something that is intuitive and has all of the things that you would want from a video editing software, like what you will find in Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve, and of course Adobe Premiere, it is a very good editor. Plus it has a lot of AI tools, has a lot of templates you can use, and it really empowers you with your ability to create content. Let me search cars, because that's going to be what I want. And so let's look at this one. And there you go. So if you wanted to use the template, now mind you, it's going to have the background music with it, but you can change that too, and you'll probably just change it to some music that you want to use that flows with it. There are about 3 ways that I typically will make content. Number 1 is inspiration. Inspiration from watching other shorts, other reels, other TikToks. Maybe it's a certain way that they shot the car. Maybe it's the type of transitions they use. Maybe it's the color that they use in terms of maybe LUTs and editing. A lot of times it's actually the music. Let's pull up some cars and let's look at this one right here. And from there, I can just use that template if I want. That makes it so much easier than doing it from scratch. So now all I have to do is go in, let's just go, let's go in-town tour. Surely there's let me use something different here. Let's use that. Let's find another one. Let's just use that. And I'm not really worried about it being one car or flowing a certain way at this very moment. We'll just see what we're able to create. Okay, let's just plug that in. Let's just see what we get. Okay, I think that's fair. That just gives you an idea of what it looks like. Now, if I wanted to edit the actual clips, I can go in and I can either crop, I can replace it, or I can trim the clip and find the area that I want. So let's say I want to get this view, let's say from here. Okay, we'll go from there to there. All right, let's replace the clip. Let's play it again. Let's just say because there was another car that I drove, let's say I wanted to replace this one with, let's see if I can find that clip. You know what? Let's keep the same. So actually it's already in that same clip. So let's trim it and let's find that section where, so let's replace. I want to crop and zoom. Let's see, can I pull that in? So we'll do it like this. We'll zoom in more on that one. Okay, let's move this back here. All right, now let's try it. Let's start that over. There we go. Let's run it back. There we go. I like that. So, and if I want to use that, all I'm gonna do is export it. I'll just name it M-Town Tour Clip. And let me export. I already know where it's going. It's going into my AB Visuals folder. It's one of the many things you can do with CapCut. It is very intuitive. The second way that I come up with content ideas is I actually just write them down. I just write them down. Maybe it's something that I read. So maybe it's something that I just watched. Maybe it's just an idea that I have that I don't actually know how I'm going to execute. So I will just start writing stuff down. I'll just start writing the idea down, what it actually, what it kind of looks like. Whether I know characters already, whether I know locations already, maybe I have some idea of the storyline. There's some aspects of it that you will probably have that's going to help you come up with the content that you are wanting to create. And then the last thing is just impromptu content. I literally made some content a couple of hours ago that was just out the blue. Just out of the blue, just decided I wanted to make it. I made it, and that was a lot of days for me. I just would decide, I'm looking through footage and just decide, oh man, I just want to make a quick little reel with that. Here is the post that I have on my mirror that I read every day. Today's story, what do I want my audience to understand? How do I want them to feel? Why am I telling this story? And who am I speaking to? If that doesn't make sense to you as to why you're doing it, you probably shouldn't do it. With that said, I hope that helped. I hope that helped you maybe decide you want to start creating content, to start editing. And this is not of course, it's not sponsored by CapCut, by no means. If y'all want to work out a brand deal, I am here. Let's talk. But that's just one of the programs. Like I said, it's one that I would use starting over long before buying Final Cut Pro or even Adobe Premiere. Hopefully you was able to take something away from that. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Also, are you using something else that you edit with? I learned from some of the other clients that I have different apps and programs that they have used over the years I've never heard of them. But share what you're using and what are the wins and what are the, some takeaways for those. So those in the community that are watching this can read that in the comments, and I greatly appreciate it. And with that, continue to show up for yourself and love yourself, because you need to do it for you before you can do it for anyone else. In the meantime, it's Christmas Eve. Y'all have an amazing Christmas day. Merry Christmas to you and your family. And as always, keep driving. Salute.